Welcome friends, this is your Palanichamy. We have been talking about the competitive exam success strategies and the today's topic is never commit mistake on mathematical foundation. What do you mean by mathematical foundation? Why mathematical foundation is very important? Because in our life, day-to-day life, everywhere mathematics is there. Mathematics is your basic, mathematics is a knowledge, mathematics is everything. But how many of us really understand it? In this competitive world, I have seen lots of students, and then problem is they say that no, I did not study 11th, 12th mathematics. I did not study mathematics in the degree and all. But basically, which I have been telling also, we study up to 10th mathematics. That is a mathematics foundation. After that, we don't study mathematics at all. After that, 11th, 12th, there is a branching out. The mathematics is a higher mathematics, which is not being asked any competitive examination. You should understand it, right? Same like that, the people go with arts college or science college or biology, whatever it is, the branching out takes place in 11th. But what is the basic thing up to 10th? Whether it's a state board, or it's your vernacular medium, or in an English medium, whether it's an international board, whether it's a CBSE board, all boards are equal. Your mathematical foundation is there in the school level. Please understand, it's a school level. Your mathematics is very important. Unless otherwise you just make things and understand well, you will be in trouble later. Now who is to understand? Now, for example, suppose what is my target audience? I don't know who really watches it. Very few number of people only. There are now the students, maybe aspirant, maybe parent, but whoever it is. But suppose a young student really is watching this, so he should really or she should really start understanding mathematical foundation, mathematics formula very well, so that it's applicable in real life time. Same like that, suppose some aspirant is really listening it, and the aspirant what he has to or she has to do it, he or she has to really go through the basic textbook of mathematics, whatever the language, whether it's a vernacular language they studied, okay, they can go through it, whether it's English medium or whatever the medium, so they can go through it. And third, suppose if you are a parent, you are listening to this video, what you have to do is, you have to tell your ward that mathematical foundation is very important. Please ask them to really understand and work out mathematics in a very well manner. Now problem is, sir, I studied long back. What will I do? Now most of the boys really in the aspirants used to tell me that I studied long back, I forgot everything. See, I'll tell you, whatever you study in the life, especially the school level, you should never forget it. That's what it's your founding stones. It's a founding pillars. For example, there is a building, I have to construct it. What is the basement which I have? The school education is your basement for your entire study in your whole life. If your base is not strong, whatever you construct it, it's a useless. So you have to construct a strong foundation. When the strong foundation you have, then you have a better building in your life, whether it's a future career or whatever it is, whatever they feel, and it is very important. There are two things. In earlier life, the people used to say that what is an expectation you have to have it. So people used to say somebody from rural area, they will say that the person should be good at mathematics. That's fine. If it's urban area, the person should be good at English. No. Now the total, the scenario has changed. Whether it's urban or rural or urban, doesn't matter. Everybody has to be well in both mathematics foundation as well as English. But why we give a mathematical foundation more strong than English? Because English you can learn with one or two books and reading, but mathematics is a practice. Mathematics is understanding a concept. If unless otherwise you understand the concept, you will not be able to really do it. For example, when you study very basic level, there is a conversion, which I really, the earlier video told also. The conversion. People are not conversant with the conversion. Why? Because they can't even convert liter to milliliter and gram to kilogram and area from hectare to acre or acre to square kilometer, nothing. That conversion is very simple formula which we studied in our young age. Maybe third or fourth or fifth or sixth, but very young age we studied, but we forget everything. But basic foundation is the same thing. Unless otherwise you have a strong foundation, again and again I am reiterating that you will not be able to face any competitive exam. You very simple examination, you take it a very clinical exam. The mathematical formula, it's very simple question, it comes. When you go to CAT, that is common admission test, or GAT, or GRE, or GMAT, where the mathematics is really tough, whether it's a quantitative aptitude or test of reasoning or mental ability or test of reasoning, verbal or non-verbal, everything has a mathematical formula, because unless otherwise you have a mathematical formula, understanding the concept, sorry, you will not be able to do well. See, another example I tell you. For example, there is a square. Okay. Now there is a concept which we say. For example, there is a square land, and it's a graze land, and there is a grass, and then there is a animal is being tied up in one corner of that land, and we say that we also give a very specific this much area. For example, you gave 10 meter, 10 meter. There is a square land. 10 meter, 10 meter. There is a square land. And there is a 7-meter rope in a corner of that land. Now that animal is tied. For example, cow or animal, any animal is tied up. And then how much area it will be grazing. Now problem is that you know area of that square, and you know there is a R, that's a 7 meter. But the problem, it's only one corner. It's a pi r square. It's very simple, 25 per 7. So what normally we do, how to really calculate it? They will say that you just cross that 7 and 7 so that it is easy, 22, right? So now problem is pi r square, r square, you type it, you have a 7 into 7 in there, and then 1 7 is down, and then 22 into 7. So how much it come? So 7 into 144, and then another 44, 150 square meter, it's a crazy land. But is it? No, because that is an entire area. Now it has to be divided by 4 because it's 1/4. Now this is what we commit a mistake. We don't really understand it, right? Then that 156 has to be divided by 4. So how much it will come? How much it will come? It will be 1/4. It's like 4 multiplied by, it's like 39 or something it will come. Yeah, it's 39 only. Now problem is with most of the boys and girls, whatever they learn, the understanding of these things, when you have really these choices also, you will have a 156 will be there, and 39 will be there, and the multiplication of 100 square meter will be there, everything will be there. But what will you do? What will you do with it? But those choices you should not think about it, because the basic you understand it. Now another logic I will tell you, another very very simple logic. Most of the places I will ask them that why these trenches in the ground trenches are used with a round one. It is not some other shape. It's 99.9% of the people are not able to answer it because they don't know what is the concept behind it, why you keep only the round one, a circular one. You close that, the lid is in a circular one, it's a close. When you close that, it's a circular one. In a very deep excavation is that, it will be circular one, they close it. Why so? Because in scientifically, any format, whether it's a square or in a, suppose it's a rectangular, or even a triangle, any format, in any angle, it will fall in. But the round is the only one, the circular one, it never will fall in. That is the concept behind it. But basically why? Because we know, you have to put that angle, you just think about it. So this is what that application of your mind. What we said concept understanding in the earlier video, this is something concept, again, it's a mathematical foundation. The mathematical foundation is very simple. Now again I will tell you. There is another mathematical foundation about speed of a train and the crossing of a platform and a pole. They will give you a calculation very very simple. It's like they will give you 60 kilometer speed of a train, and there is a pole or 1 kilometer of the platform, so that you can calculate it very easily, or they will give you to 50% of that, whatever it is. What happens? There is a 1 kilometer of platform, 1 kilometer train or 500 meter train, it has to cross. How much time it will take? A platform means it's 1 kilometer, it's a 60 kilometer per hour, it's only 1 kilometer per minute, and then there is a platform from starting to ending, it's like 2 kilometers has to cross, very simple, it's 2 minutes it takes. But if it is a pole, it is just a symbol, you have to cross it, it is only 1 minute. So basic concept is that you should really have an idea, speed and the train speed. Same thing like in and out. For example, like piston, like cisterns, like how much water inflow and then going outflow. These are the mathematical formula and foundations and profit loss we have been taught. And interest, simple interest, compound interest, and all these things we have learned about it. Yesterday also really, the other day in another video I spoke about that interest. Why we say that? Because all the concepts which come in the quantitative aptitude form, it all we studied up to 6th to 10th. That's what I have been telling. When the concept starting, it is not a school level, very young age. Young age is okay, but 6th standard to 10th standard, your foundation has to be very, very, very strong. When its foundation is very strong, even you lose 11th, 12th, even your degree you are losing it, but your foundation is very strong, and you will be able to really catch up so fast. It is my own example. I'll tell you, I did so well in my school days, but 11th to 12th I could fairly, it was not very poor, but not like a school up to 10th. But a degree I did not do well, but I wrote civil services with the choice of agriculture subject. I took as a challenge and then I wrote. And my basic foundation was very good. I could really easy, but I studied in a vernacular medium. When I was reading the NCERT book, I never had any trouble. Though I studied totally, including degree, it was a vernacular. Why? Because the foundation was very strong. The problem with most of the boys and girls is that they think that it should be ready-made. They should have it. But see, how much ready-made you will get it. You cannot have everything ready-made, but somebody is behind working also. Na? You should understand it. For example, if there is a rice is not coming in overtime. It is not the 5 minutes somebody is cooking. Somebody really cultivated for months together and it goes to mandi. Then further it goes to a bigger market. Then from there it is distributed to the small market. Again it's culled and it comes back a rice. And then you buy in a market, supermarket, in a shop, in a canary shop, and you come it and then you cook it. But it takes so much time. It is like that in everything. Every item in this whole world, it has a life cycle. So same like that, our life also has a life cycle. In the every life cycle, we have to have a strong foundation. So keep all these things in your mind. Very, very important. As I told, whether it's an aspirant, whether it's a young boy or girl, or a parent, or a tutor, or a teacher, please tell your word, or please you really learn yourself. It's very, very important to understand the basic concept which I told earlier, and today it's a mathematical foundation. The mathematical foundation is a really stepping stone, a real stepping stone for to build a bigger ambition, aspirations, building, whatever and whatnot. Right? So please. So the takeaway, very, very important point today is mathematics has to be read, understood, concept-wise, so that the application of mathematical formula comes very handy in your competitive examination. Right? So thank you very much. We'll take in some other topic and then we'll discuss it in the next video. Thank you very much.
Subscribe our channel. Please like, share and comment. Don't forget to click the bell icon.